Hello, Keeping It 100 official YouTube. Just wanted to let everyone know that today this NXT review is a YouTube exclusive. Now, we also did an AEW review, and every week now, Konnan Disco and myself will be watching AEW and NXT and reviewing the shows. Some of it will wind up on Keeping It 100. Some of it will wind up here on Keeping It 100 official YouTube. But the full unedited segments, the full unedited reviews, will all wind up on Patreon at patreon.com/Konnan and Konnan.me, and those will be up and ready for Thursday morning. Since we're starting to record a little bit later on Wednesday, though, the main show will be a little later than people are expected to, like a little bit into the late afternoon or evening hours, just because we're up watching the shows and then recording until 1, 2 a.m. Eastern. So it changed things a little bit, but there will be more content. There will be more stuff like this for you guys, and please leave comments or let me know what you thought, and if we should keep up these style reviews. And we do read the comments here, so any ideas and suggestions that you have, feel free to leave them.
So I watched. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. So I watched. So I was flipping back and forth between AEW and NXT, but I was watching most of AEW because NXT still has some guys on their show that I don't really know a lot about, and I'm not engaged in a lot. But what I do like about NXT and like throughout the show is they will do a nice package for a guy that takes 2 minutes. And I'll watch that, and so what I'm saying, bro. And then that's the difference. The AEW is not giving me anything like that, where there's they're just doing one interview in the back, but they're not doing a lot of character development, just telling all the stories of the ring. NXT, they're giving guys professional stuff. But Keith Lee, he's a good baby face because he's a gentle giant. Like, he doesn't really come across as really menacing to me, even though he kind of is.
Yeah.
But his demeanor.
Yeah,
it's very kind of laid back and well spoken.
Yeah,
not I don't know. It's just weird. He's like a millennial wrestling character. He's not like a he's just a big guy.
Back in the day, there's no way a guy his size would have talked like that. Yeah,
right, exactly. He's just right, but he's well spoken. So he's a good baby face. He's a good foil for a guy like Cross, who's kind of more menacing and stuff. It's like they're night and day. And that's a good angle, between two big guys. And then Regal made the announcement. I think it's funny. Like, even Tony Khan and these guys are always like major announcement coming. They announce a tournament, whatever,
Well, if you remember on Raw, right in the middle of a girls' match, Stephanie showed up and made an announcement. Remember?
Right. Yeah. So then they go. The first match was Dexter Lumis and Killian Dane. I don't know a lot about Killian Dane. I was watching some of this, but Dexter Lumis I like. Right now, and he throws a good punch. He does his character well, but he's trying to I still have not seen him put it all together to have a match where he looks like he's the guy leading the match. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they're giving him it's like his character's got some stuff, but it's not like he has a lot of offense. They give him a lot of time. Like, he had that match with what's his name, Roderick Strong, a while back. It was like 15 minutes, and this one was like 10 minutes and stuff. It's like, I don't know. Like, this is kind of like it was like AEW to me. This match was too long for me. It's just, it got a little sloppy in some parts because it went longer than it should have, But I like his character.
And that's one of the things I've been saying. You don't have to have every match long. And we've both liked Loomis since he was in TNA with that creepy character, and he still has a creepy look to him, and almost like a Proud Boy, but you know what I'm saying, shit kicker type of guy look. But yeah, this got sloppy too, and it was too long. But okay. I like his character.
Okay, now
I agree with you. I do not think he's hit his potential.
Okay, this is what I did like about this whole opening thing and everything, right? The whole first 20 minutes of the show. Keith Lee cuts a promo, explains what he's doing with the belt and everything, gets himself over. Steve Regal has a interview, has a thing, tells about something's going on. They have a match. After the match, they've announced the three-way thing. Okay, let's interview Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong comes. He's talking about the match. They're coming out. So now we're making we're giving it a promo to build for this match by talking to one guys, and then we go to another promo where a girl is just cutting a promo and getting herself over. They've covered 5 things already. The first part of the show, 5 different things going on, and it's like the difference, like AEW,
and it's all stuff. All stuff you're going to see later.
Also, you're going to see later. So you can see that the writer of this show is like they know what they're. It's professionally written.
Now, are the writers like Triple H and Hunter? I mean,
they got a writer. This guy's from what I understand, the kid's a pretty good writer. Like the talent likes him a lot. So, so then like this. So then Breezango came out. And then
why were they dressed as Mounties?
Just
the team that they were. Yeah, the team that they were wrestling was Canadian.
Right.
That's what I.
All right, that little thing at the beginning where they both went into the corner and kind of hugged. You might want to knock that out.
Right. I watched the entrance. I didn't really watch a lot of the match, but here's Breezango. They're big theatrical production here.
Right.
They're making fun of the guys.
Charismatic.
And what do they do? They beat the guys in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
We're the better team. We're so they're getting them over. All right. So now Breezango's elevated themselves, and they're doing good.
Right.
So then they interviewed Dijakovic, he's another guy. He's another one of these new millennial guys. He's 6'7", big guy, and everything's a boss. He just comes across as a very well-spoken, intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Like, brother's that's like a pattern in professional wrestling today. All the characters kind of speak well. Like nobody's really like, I'm gonna So it's like, but he speaks well. That I didn't see any of this match. Shotzi Blackheart and what's her name? Aaliyah with Robert Stone.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of this?
Yes. I did not like this match. I think Shotzi, I've always thought she has a lot of charisma, but
she's getting better.
But it's hard to.
Yeah.
That's Mike Durbin's girl, isn't it? Doesn't he like her?
Yeah, he likes her a lot. She almost killed herself on a show about 3 weeks ago. Did you see that? When she did the coffin drop and all
Jesus.
She's come a long way. Well, she's still alive, But like I said, these girls are not. It's only 4.5 minutes, though.
Well, here's the thing: Robert Stone. He's hard to take seriously because he's kind of like a comedy act, like the guy from Impact, Johnny Bravo. He's always getting pushed around, beat up by girls. Rhea Ripley's always ripping him a new one. And then he was afraid of Shotzi, and then she ran over him with her toy truck or the tank. And now the motherfucker's wearing a boot. And then today she ran over his foot again, and he was stuck there. And it was like,
I saw that. The tank was like.
That's that whole
kind of funny.
Yeah, he's brutal. That whole thing is brutal. The match wasn't good, straight up.
So then this was a very. I don't know anything about Isaiah Swerve Scott. But this was a good pack.
Yeah, that's Shane Strickland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane Strickland.
Oh, that's Shane Strickland.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
Oh, really?
He's
the
thing with him. He's super talented in the ring,
big time,
but he doesn't hit those money promos, and that's still his problem.
But they covered him here because it was a good build. It was a good build for his character.
But he doesn't cut money promos, and you need to be able to cut money promos.
Right. Then they had the three-way. This went on forever. I was flipping back and forth.
For super ever, went through like 3 commercials, but they did a lot of innovative cool shit.
14 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah.
Bro, 14 minutes. That wasn't even near as long as the main event on the AEW.
Yeah.
Like, I thought this match was good. Every time I turned
one back, why? Because this one had so many commercial breaks. That's why.
Right.
Bro, this had like 3 commercial breaks. Took forever.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Oni Lorcan and
the match was good. No, the match was good. I can tell you didn't watch it. They had a lot of innovative shit and a lot of cool shit. It was good.
Let me give you what this guy said, the guy that reviewed the show.
Right.
Wow, was that a great match that came out of nowhere? Probably a star-making performance for Bronson Reed, who really shined in the ring with 2 of NXT's bigger stars. Going to the match, you would have thought of Reed as the fall guy to take the pin from Gargano and Strong, but he ended up shining bright. They gave them men about 20 minutes when counting in commercials, and there wasn't a slow point at all. Good work from all 3 men. Because this result, I'm also assuming that Gargano finds his way into the North American Championship via last chance, blah, blah, blah. But they said this was a good match.
It was.
All right. Oni Lorcan versus Timothy Thatcher. Okay, I'm not a fan of what these guys are trying to do in the ring. Timothy Thatcher, if he could throw strikes better, I'd be more of a fan of his. But I do not have any problem with this type of style being a part of the show because it does not like I said, NXT kind of or AEW, every match is busy and fun. They're all over the place and everything. I like the way there's like a lot of different styles of wrestling on NXT.
Okay, right. So that's why I love it. I love it because it's different. There's nobody can say it looks fake. It looks very physical. You can understand it. It's like old school fucking mat wrestling type deal. And they had a match before, and I believe on NXT. This is like their second match together, which was great. And last week they had a match, and it was I don't know if it was Thatcher, if it was only, but it was against this African American that was he was like an amateur wrestler. It was fucking dope. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
But this is a thing that you notice when you watch NXT and you watch these shows.
Yeah.
And you watch the finishes.
Yeah.
The finishes are very detailed and involves they're better. You can tell that the type of training that they're getting into NXT because they're teaching these guys storytelling, like in matches. NXT or AEW is just like the matches are just false finish. There's not a lot of psychology in the end of these seasons. They're just doing a bunch of false finishes and kicking out. But they tell a lot of stories. Like when they're doing the thing, he kept chopping the guy, right? And then finally, like Thatcher started blocking the chops. You know, like blind. It just made sense. You know.
Yeah. Very good match.
Yeah. Finn Balor cut a good promo. What do you call it? About that match I guess there's another 3-way for the thing, but oh wait, no, I didn't see this. I guess Mackenzie, the girl, they interviewed Robert Stone in the back. Did you see this promo?
No, I did not.
Okay, I guess it does not sound good. Finn Balor cut a good promo.
Is that the one where Martinez was telling him to be his manager, some shit like that? That's goofy too. Yeah, okay. I like her though. I like Martinez a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So Finn Balor cut a good promo about the match next week. Like they do, they're building up for next week's matches. Good stuff. And then we come to the main event. Cross and Dijakovic. This is the first time, with the exception of that. What was that match that Cross had with Eddie Edwards? The first blood match, right?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah.
At Impact, they were kind of like protecting Cross and like giving him short matches. You know, he wasn't having like long 8. This was the first long match I've seen him had in a long time.
Right.
And I like the way they did it. The typical WWE style big man, a couple good big just work a lockup because you're two big guys, and so just like brothers, you keep it simple when you have big guys. And they were laying their shit in. It was good. It was good. I liked it. What'd you think?
Bro, they have not dropped the ball on Cross, thank God, and it shows me that when they want to push somebody and they believe in them, these are the results. So I'm happy about that. Cross has played his part to perfection. One little thing, I don't think Scarlett should be overreacting like she does sometimes. Like when they suplex Cross, she's turning around. She should show no emotion. Right. I think.
Here, let me tell you something. What she should do.
Yeah.
And this is good old school psychology. Okay. And this is all she really needs to do. She probably get excited when she's out there. Is why, because she's got a lot of energy.
Right.
And her character kind of needs to be a little more brooding.
Right.
A little okay. So she does get a little bit too excited, but this is all she needs to do. When Kevin Nash used to manage Shawn Michaels, okay, and somebody would get thrown out of the ring, and this is all you need to do, and you do it for a while to establish this. When the babyface gets thrown out of the ring, okay, and the babyface is selling, all right, all you do is, depend on where you are, you slowly walk towards the babyface, like you're approaching them, okay. As soon as the babyface looks like it's shrugging off and not selling anymore, you turn around and go the other way. I remember this because like it was when there would be managers, when I used to go to the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia, okay, we used to sit center ring, second level, about 5-6 rows up. Those are our seats every single time. So we were far away from the ring because we're in the upper deck. But that's just the one thing I always noticed with the managers. The managers would slowly start walking to the babyface, and the crowd would start yelling at the babyface because the referee would be distracted, and they would start yelling at the babyface to start watch out, he's coming to get you. The fans would just start yelling. Then it's like the fans yelling, we get the heel's attention to get the babyface attention, and as soon as they got the attention, the heel managers turn around and just walk away. And you're just always looking like you're just trying to work your way in for a cheap shot. Right. And it's very visual, it's very simple. And then when the time comes, you've been establishing this for weeks and weeks. Then, then you screw the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been built up for longer, and then that's all she really needs to do. It's just like do that simplistic the old school heel that gets the fans say, "Hey, wait, hey, watch out, he's coming to get you." Then do you turn around and act like like you weren't? It's good psychology. But
Joe?
Yes.
Which show did you enjoy more?
I have to say AEW. I only flipped on NXT a couple of times. I'm just more familiar with the characters on AEW. Although I do now here in the main event kind of wish I jumped to NXT to see Cross versus Dijak.
Well, here's the difference between NXT, and this is why I like the visual of it better, is because the big guys wrestle big guy style. The big guys in AEW are like the Luchasaurus guy and everything. They're doing all this stuff that everybody else is doing. It's like, so it's like, like Cross and Dijakovic, they're not doing anything that they're not. Dijakovic did one dive, but that was it. But that's like, he's a 6'7" guy dive. It's impressive.
He's big, yeah.
And
but that's the thing. With the well-spoken new millennial, you also have a new type of wrestler who does dives and lucha shit.
Right.
Which show did you like better?
Me?
Yeah.
I liked and I don't. There's a lot of things I didn't like on either show.
Right.
I'll tell you what I liked. I liked the main event, and I liked the packages, and I liked MJF stuff, and like I said, it's just I'm going back and forth. Like, there's not a lot of neither show is keeping my attention for a long period of time at once. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going back and forth. So, but they were all right. I like the build up across. They're doing great with them. So
great job, bro. And it couldn't happen to a better, cooler guy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's been our AEW Raw review. If you like it, this may be a weekly thing, or
AEW NXT review.
And AEW NXT, or we might even start doing live
watch-alongs.
Watch-alongs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.